All right, Grand Rising, everyone, is Shay Seeking, and today we're going to go ahead and look at the book of Enoch. Again, I think that some of these videos might be getting a little bit too hot to trot for some people, but I don't know. I just delivered a message, you know. Um, I just delivered a message, and it's something that it takes a lot of guts in this day and age to even go and tap into this information the way that we're doing today. People don't want to, they don't look back and research, they don't know about the mindset of many who have come and gone. And sometimes I believe these people do know exactly what it is. They'll just hesitate and do everything else to either vilify or deny, again, the greatness that some of us are walking around with at this particular time, because that's the last thing they want you to know, is that are children of source. And again, you have special qualities and things like this, so of that nature. And again, some of us are randomly stumbling or you see falling into those particular type of things these days. Some of us have been preparing for a long time. Some of you already knew these things since you were a little child. And so again, whenever plague and propaganda and all this stuff and polluting of the earth comes, is usually some kind of reset or something that's going on, some new order of things, right? New heaven, new earth, whatever. All right. So again, I was I think it's Legends of History, if I'm not mistaken. It's a channel that I like to watch or whatever, and he does a lot of breakdowns with if I want to know something. Okay, what I look at is like something got in my eye. If I need like a quick, if it's something on my mind and I don't have time, or my eyes are just acting up or whatever, and I can't like stay awake, then I'll listen sometimes, because I mean it works for me to listen sometimes then read. So and then also to go within, right, and just quiet the mind as much as possible, and dig. So anyhow, I was watching a video clip about Enoch, and I think they were doing 15 through 16 or 14 through 16, something like that. And so, it just made me think about, like, again, a lot of things that are, again, I think that just because, like, some of us are able to, like, see, I will just call it that's very confusing for some people. And like I said, some people just want to vilify it because, again, they don't want nothing to do with it. Others, are going to see it for what it is. And again, it really doesn't matter how. It's just like, what does the information do for you? Again, I hope that it just triggered thought, and again, I never want anybody to think like me, just to damn think, right? So, yeah, so we're going to go ahead and go into Enoch real quick, because I thought this was very interesting, and it seems like it goes up, and I'm about to go to bed in a second, but whatever. We'll see how far we can go. But yeah, it was really kind of intriguing, I guess. I hadn't been in any text today or any type of like that. I kind of just was kind of letting my hair down, I don't know, and chilling, dancing, whatever. I don't know. I had a good day. I had a good day. Because sometimes I have like energy around me that want me to say, "Oh no, you didn't," but I have to say today, I had a good day, and I didn't really do nothing, but it was just really good. Okay. So when it comes to like clarity and things like that, and seeing people for what it is, and like just seeing people, like, and being able to just see people, yeah, and things, for what it is, because that's what it is. I just want to know what it is. So anyway, all right, let's read this, because I thought it was interesting, and like I said, I feel like this has something to do with this whole collective or divine masculine and feminine. I feel like really we're still talking about these particular things that are happening when it comes to the watchers and the fallen, the women and the children of men. All these terms are kind of used here. So, all right. But I really thought this very, and I don't know if I did this one before because it's all marked up, scratched up, and stuff written all in it. So it feels like I've done this one before. Okay. About the oath and how Semyaza said, I'm afraid if we all do this, I'm saying, I'm going to end up taking the fall for it. I'm saying? I see some Semyaza energy going on. And so it's just like, and then sometimes I wonder, like, why really did these, like, it's just the way that I look at it, just being, I'm doing the research. Okay. We're just questioning everything. I always wondered why I think it was Azazel. Is it Azazel that had to take the brunt, or they just wanted to take the fall for every damn thing? Try to pin it all on him. Sometimes, do y'all ever feel like that sometimes? Like a whole bunch of people, like the world ganging up on you. And there's no one. And then all of a sudden there might be 1 or 2 people, or 4 or 6 people, or maybe a whole damn bunch more people. You just will never know. But it feels like, for some reason, at some point in time, the whole world had to be like on your shoulders or whatever. Or it just seemed like you taking the brunt for like a whole thing, right? Or stuff just being uneven, like scales not being balanced. And you know what I'm saying? You ain't trying to do nothing but speak your piece like everybody else. But, it is what it is. Sometimes things have been pre-selected in your life. Again, opportunities, or you know what it reminds me of, damn it. It reminds me of that complex where someone creates a problem and then creates the solution. There's a name for it, but we're just not going to get it today because, again, I'm tired. Problem, action, solution, or some shit like that, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, anyway, we're going to just read it. And I'm going to start with, when Jared was on the summit of the Mount Hermon. And then, it says, oh, excuse me. Because they had sworn and bound themselves by mutual imprecations upon it. Huh. I don't know. Okay. So you have all these angels, and I'm not going to try to say the names and butcher them. So, yeah. So these are the chiefs of 10. Okay. And then it says, and all the others together will with them took unto them wives. Okay. And each chose for himself one. Okay. And they began to go in unto them and to defile themselves with them. And they taught them charms and enchantments and cutting of roots. So again, I'm not even really going to talk about the other stuff, like going that deep. It's whatever. But this whole thing about cutting of roots is what kind of got me. You know what I'm saying? Like if you even think about like if you think about like the sycamore tree, if you think about a tree in general, and then you think about the placenta, right? And you see how it kind of has the vines or trees or whatever. I mean, it could look like a tree's branches. And then if you, I apologize, but I'm going to try to get through this quick. Okay, and then how also when it comes to your brain even. I mean, your heart, even, I'm thinking about your root. I think that's one. Is that the sacral, the same as the root chakra? You know? Yeah. But the fact of cutting of roots. Mm. Okay. Yeah. So like cutting, it's almost like maybe even, what do you call it when you are um grafting in or splicing? Do you see what I'm saying? Like even with family trees, like know your roots, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Okay. So like just even root words and just the root. So it's just almost like the cut of, could this just be like, recreating a tree, even a family tree? Like, I don't know, that's what I'm getting here. That's what I'm getting here. And made them acquainted with plants. Mm, that's strange. Because again, we talk about plants too, but again, remember on this channel we look at plants in general, um, as meaning particular energies, entities, individuals, right? Usually, um, I feel like some kind of uh, full rain intel, because of the fact that it's normally around the time when there is some kind of an ascension or uprising amongst certain groups, like truth or stuff like that is being brought out. And maybe even it's maybe because some people may be, you know, afraid of an uprising or something. I'm just, again, we're looking past, present, and future. Um, okay. Yeah, acquainted them with plants. So again, now, but see, again, dude, this is making me think cutting shit out of family trees. And again, it's saying what it's saying here. It's saying what it's saying and acquainting them with plants. So this is cutting something from roots, the people that are the deeply rooted people of the soil, and made them acquainted with plants. Hmm. Hmm. And the whole thing about the charms and enchantments, that's just like probably witchcraft and sorcery used, and I'm just saying that's just what it looks like it's saying here. But I'm thinking that they're using these in manipulative energies. You know, again, not all so-called magic is bad magic. I don't know. So what I'm just saying is, because somebody might just call magic putting herbs together to heal people. You see what I'm saying? So again, these charms and enchantments. So again, it's just like what we're, talking about today when it comes to certain energy. And that certain energy, you know, sometimes can be attached. And I feel like just word by word, what are we really reading here today? Okay. So yeah. So cutting of roots and making them acquainted with plants. So it's funny how a lot of people are coming out like in this day or today saying, "Oh, I'm all set and everything like this and, like this." Like, I think it's a lot of that going around, like things like that. And I was be wondering why Source be poking me, because I'm about to lay down and go to bed, right? Be like, "Get up." So, you know, I don't know. I just think sometimes, a lot of people think I talk a lot. I'm just trying, I ain't got nothing to hide. I'm not, spying on people. I'm not doing no things like this. I'm not worried about what other people doing. Even though I feel like whatever going on around me, people want me to be worried about what other people doing, and I just ain't got time to be worried about what other people be doing, because I really don't give a damn what the hell they doing, unless it got something to do with me. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how I look at it, right? And again, like whatever. I'm at a point where if like um I feel like how you gonna take an opportunity from somebody that didn't even know that they had one? You see what I'm saying? That's how I look at things, right? All right. Um, let's see. Yeah, so that's just what it sounds like to me. Just that's just what it is. And again, I'm not telling you what it is or what it ain't. I'm simply sharing what it looks like to me. That's it. Okay. And they became pregnant and they bear great giants. Okay. So again, that was a acquainting or a grafting in of plants and root, those of roots, okay, or old, of old, right? Probably renowned, possibly, who knows? And they became pregnant and they have and they bear great giants. Okay, so again, like to give birth to something, it could also like, or filled with something, or like, even if you look at it in a sense where people would be, um, becoming full of members, or, things like this with an organization or something like that, you know. I feel like it may have something to do with that. And then some, again, if it's not like that, or with a business as merchants or something like that, and if not that way, then by literal birth, this is what I'm trying to see, how people will be of service, I guess, right? Yeah. And they bear great giants. So whatever it is that you're consuming, right? If now I could imagine if these are, some type of bloodlines here, you know, there would be strength in, you know, that what you would hold either way. I would guess some kind of power or some kind of something behind it, you know, um, protection or whatever it would be, you know. But they became pregnant and they bear great giants whose height was 300,000 ells. Okay. And I don't know, when I read that too, I don't even know really what that is. Let's see if we can see. Okay, so like a measurement, an extension, certain things like that. Okay. Space, possibly, who consumed all acquisitions of men. So again, who consumed all the acquisitions of men. So again, we're not gonna look at where acquisition, even though I'm just really wanting to and I'm being drawn towards it. Maybe y'all could just put it down in the comment section if you choose to, or what you think about it. But acquisitions of men, it just seemed like we'll just keep it in these terms and say, hey, who consumed all the acquisitions of men. It just seemed like they took in whatever acquisitions that men would be doing. Okay. And when men could no longer sustain them. Okay. And then when men could no longer sustain them, or control them, subjugate them, possibly, I don't know. If I get an energy like, it may be when it comes to, some of the programs and some of the things that people are participating on the land were okay at first, but then it may be getting a little out of hand for one group. Now, I'm not saying neither here nor there. I'm just saying where it might be getting out of hand for one group or the other, you know. Um, and so they can't, and now it's something that's going on that's turning into a militia or something that can't be controlled. Or even if you could look at it in the sense of these particular giants or whatever, that again, for some reason men could not, tame them or try to slow them down. They just were, moving too fast, however you want to look at it, spiritually or in, this worldly realm. Okay. The giants turned against them and devoured mankind. So again, that's kind of crazy, right? So then they went against them and devoured mankind. And see, this is where I always ask, like, y'all, I know that I'm doing the reading or whatever, but sometimes it's just like, and I try not to read too much of anything. Like if it's something I want to look at, I might glance at it real quick and then come on, And so again, I ask that the all will kind of help us sift through these words, and also, anything that may be deceitful or misprint or something that, again, if we're saying on this channel, that it will cause whatever it is to be corrected, instead of playing out that way, since we actually are seeing or becoming aware of it. So, that's just kind of the way that I look at it, right? I don't know. Because I know that, again, in this text, everything is not word for exact word. And some of it is done like that by design in order to create stumbling blocks. So, again, that's just the way I look at it on this channel. Okay, so let me try to hurry up, y'all. I can tell. Excuse me, I can tell when it's time. Okay, so again, turn against them, devour mankind. So that's kind of like a man, or kin to man. Okay. And they began to sin against birds and beasts. So this is the fowl of the air and the beast of the field, or the beast. Again, which represent winged, beings, whether you want to say it's ancient, or again, right? And reptiles and fish, and to devour. Okay, so reptiles. Okay. And you think about it, when we think about, like, even some of the alligators and images of like crocodiles and stuff like that you'll see, like, even women mainly around, I would think, like in ancient antiquity. When we look at some of the images that we found over the past couple of years, and there is that presence. But even though the walls are ancient, Egypt, okay, you don't see them much, but I've definitely seen them. Okay, and the fish make me think about like the water beings. Oh, well, I just don't want to get yelled at, right, every time. But like, when they say about the land of Mu or Lemuria or these other water and Atlantis and things like that, but then you see I don't know if it's a Mesopotamian or something like that, where you can see the men that have like these fish kind of, costumes on or whatever. Well, it's not a costume. See, y'all, I'm tripping. Okay. All right. And to devour one another's flesh and drink the blood. Then the earth laid accusation against the lawless ones. Wow. Oh. Why do I have gypsy written here? I have gypsies written here. Why? Because today, I was just thinking about a culture that I see popping up. When it comes to hotels. And for some reason, at some point in my mind, it was something that's telling me like you're, like you about to take a little, trip or something. Like, dude, like for real. I don't know if I, because I did want to go do something, but something is telling me like whatever you doing, you think you about to be running away from this, but you about to take a trip somewhere. And I don't even know. It's like, I mean, am I just gonna go right down to the mounds? Just take me a couple hours to get there, like 4 hours or something like that. Where I'm gonna go, but I don't know exactly where I'm gonna go. But I feel like I'm about to go somewhere, and I don't want to fly. It don't have nothing to do with planes. And you know what I noticed? A lot of people that have been going on planes, they'll say that they were okay or whatever when they got on the plane to go to where they were. But everybody that I've been running into is saying that they get, you know, something happened, on their way back from a trip that made them feel some kind of way and kind of had them in commune with God, or feeling some kind of way. And I just thought that was strange, and I think maybe it does have something to do with the covering, but I don't know. I mean, I think it was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure 100% actually. Okay, that I was feeling some kind of way, like on my plane ride back the last time I went somewhere. I remember. I don't know. I don't even know what that was supposed to mean, but I remember the way I was feeling at that time too. So, um, yeah, but I was just thinking gypsies. I see gypsies, like, and I don't think nothing's wrong with it. I love gypsy apparel. I mean, jewelry. The dresses and stuff like that. Again, um, so that so-called culture or whatnot, you know, when it comes to, I don't know, I'm just a artistic person. I like design and I like stuff like that. So, it's just, I look at, I guess it's just a visual thing. So I'm not even going deep into that about nobody's so-called race and culture and language and stuff like that. I'm just looking at, again, the cultural dress is something that I like to look at and research when it comes to all groups. Okay. So, and maybe the clothing of women more than men. And I ain't hate no men. I'm just saying, we just got a lot more going on with our stuff. So, all right. So, anyways, let me get to the point, okay? And Azazel taught men to make swords and knives, and shields and breastplates, and made known to them the metals of the earth. Okay. So again, these shields and breastplates and stuff like that, like, I don't know if this is like what's showing like how to make, things that would block or cut or do whatever to the earth when, I just think that that's what it is. I think I think that's exactly, what do I have? Yeah, to make swords, knives, and shields and breastplates, and know to them the metals of the earth. So again, the metals is also materials, right? Okay, the metals are, even when we were talking about metals, they're in our body, right? Okay, and so again, when it says here that the metals of the earth, I think this has something to do with, um, I don't want to say alchemy, but something, okay, some kind of cocktail or something is being made here, okay, and the art of working them, okay, and the art of working them, and the bracelets and ornaments, and the use of antimony. I don't know what that is, okay, and the beautifying of the eyelids, okay, and all kinds of costly stones, and all coloring tinctures. And you know what? The coloring of the eyelids, I don't know. You know, I don't know. As a matter of fact, something happened today. Okay, that's probably ain't none of y'all business. But, you know, you know, okay? I don't really think we're talking about some makeup on your eye. Do you see what I'm saying? But I really don't think that. I mean, it could be, right? Okay, because, we are talking. I mean, the timeline I look at all this stuff is totally different probably than other people, but it makes more sense for some reason. Um, yeah, I mean, this could be talking about the beautifying of eyelids, but I'm pretty sure I'm just thinking this has something to do with something deeper. Okay, and all kinds of costly stones. Mm. And all coloring tinctures, and there arose much godliness, and they committed fornication, and they were led astray, and became corrupt in all their ways. Now, again, when we're talking about this fornication, you know, godlessness, right?